Most countries in the world are celebrating Christmas, so global financial markets are in suspended mode today. Moreover, Europe is taking a Christmas getaway tomorrow. All following workdays will be shorter than usual. In the United States, markets are working shorter hours only on Tuesday and Friday, and the economic calendar is almost empty until the year end. And the United States is the exception, as some economic data of secondary importance will be available. Interestingly, it's too early to sum up the results of 2023 because the oil market might surprise investors with unusual twists. Everything will depend on the developments in the Red Sea. Hence, it makes sense to keep your finger on the pulse of the news. Brent crude futures stood at $80 a barrel last week, so the traders cut on their long positions. And these factors stalled the ongoing bullish trend, and the market had a pause. To enable further growth, the price needs to settle above $80 a barrel. Otherwise, Brent crude could develop a full-fledged downward retracement. Gold is expected to try its consolidation at about $2,050 per troy ounce, in the proximity to the one-year highs. The odds allow that some crucial news will pop up before the new year and will be able to influence the price of the precious metal. In essence, all high-impact events have already taken place. Major central banks have announced that they would launch the cycles of monetary easing soon. This agenda is bullish for the gold prospects. It might happen that gold will be able to climb higher than the current one-year peak. The metal is now a step away from its annual highs, and this week is going to be loaded with important data for the Russian ruble. For a start, it's the final work week before a long New Year vacation. And second, the economic calendar reminds us about a series of macroeconomic data, including inflation. In turn, the inflation data will determine further actions of the Bank of Russia, and forecasts for inflation and industrial production are rather gloomy. In this context, the ruble could extend its weakness later on, and the ruble stalled its growth at about 92.5 against the US dollar. As a result, traders cut their long positions on the greenback. Thus, the ruble had an opportunity to regain its footing and recap some losses. For a further bullish sequence and an increase in long positions, the instrument needs to settle above 92.50. In this case, it could climb at least to 93.50. Before that, traders are poised to enable and benefit from a recovery of the ruble. And that's all for now. We wish you profitable deals. See you on our channel with a new video in a couple of hours.